Hello and welcome to Caring. Well, this week we're taking you back to Pakistan. Pakistan, the country still reeling from 2005's devastating earthquake. Now the embattled government is struck by a new catastrophe. But this tragedy man-made, overcoming Taliban Islamists. A massive military offensive was launched by Islamabad back in April. It was the government's last-ditch attempt to snatch back victory from the jaws of defeat and attempt to bring long-lasting peace to the people of the northwest of the country. Now, ministers have been quick to go on the record and insist the battle will be won within weeks. But civilians are not convinced. The local population has been fleeing in their tens of thousands, pouring desperately out of the battle zone and flooding into makeshift camps. Many were forced to literally run for their lives, often with just the few possessions that they could carry. And cementing their pain and anguish, families are being ripped apart on a daily basis, often just given crumbs of information on each other's conditions, and that makes them worry even more. Now, France 24's journalists followed one typical family as they struggled to reunite. Our reporters joined one man as he desperately, heartbreakingly attempts to go back into the war zone to reach his parents trapped on the other side. Take a look.
In the scorching heat, they walk and walk. It's the only option to escape the bombing of villages and the fighting between the Pakistani army and the Taliban. Some 50,000 villagers flee their homes every day. The authorities are talking about 3 million displaced people in what is now the worst humanitarian crisis Pakistan has ever known.
We're
lucky we've got a car. We've seen loads of people walking, but we haven't been able to give them a lift.
For those who are trying to flee but don't have transportation, they end up here in this cramped camp near the battle zone. A storm over Jalala. This is where the first wave of refugees ended up about a month ago. Mohammed is one of those early arrivals. Today he's in charge of water supplies for his row of tents. Before the war, he taught math in a secondary school in his village.
Life here is so strange. It's so different that I feel as though I'm living in a bad dream. You know, where I'm from, it's really cold all year round. Here you die of heat, and the days are so long.
A life upended, yet Mohammed only just escaped an even worse fate.
We left just before the fighting started. We lived in a small town in the Swat Valley, above Mingora. We didn't have a car, so we walked down here. My parents, though, decided to stay and watch over the house. We've been trying to call them every day, but they don't answer. So my brother and I are worried. We don't know if they're there, or even whether they're still alive.
But then...
Hello, Mother. It's you? Yes, I can hear you. You left, did you? We'll try to come and get you. I don't know if we'll be able to, but we'll try, okay?
It's the first time Mohammed has spoken to his parents since he left them 1 month ago. They need help.
My parents have been walking for 3 days. They're in a village near Chakdara. They're exhausted. They can't find a car. And anyway, there isn't a drop of petrol for miles around. We have to find a way to get them out of there.
As Mohammed says goodbye to his baby daughter, born in the camp a few days ago, we realize that he's not going to get far without a vehicle. We offer to drive him, but there's no time to lose. Chakdara is a 3 hours drive away, and we have to get there before curfew. The army says it is engaged in combat there with the last remaining pockets of the Taliban resistance.
I'm really happy. I hadn't had any news for days, you know. My parents are old and tired. And up there it's really tough. And what's more, it's raining the whole time.
Just as we are about to leave, Mohammed decides to call his parents one more time to arrange a meeting point. But the news on the other end of the line is not good.
My parents say we shouldn't come. There are Taliban there. It's too risky. The town is totally surrounded, and they say the Taliban have got it in for everyone who fled their homes because they don't want people to leave.
Since the fighting began, the Taliban have been using local people as human shields against airstrikes. Anyone who deserts their village, as Mohammed did, is considered a traitor. Yet this region is supposed to be under army control. If the Taliban really are holding whole populations hostage here, we want to know more about it. We decided to leave Mohammed at the camp and try to find his parents in the Swat Valley on our own. After an hour on the road, we find hundreds of trucks blocked by the Pakistani army. The military are imposing a blockade in order to cut off the Taliban supplies of food and water. But of course, that means the villagers don't get any either. We now understand why Mohammed's parents said they were hungry. On the Chakdara road, an army patrol overtakes us at high speed. We think we've been spotted when the soldiers point their guns at us, their fingers on the trigger. Journalists are not allowed in this area. Several TV crews have already been shot at. If we want to proceed, we must do so very discreetly. So we leave the main road and continue along secondary dirt tracks. We head for the village of Dargam on the edge of the Swat Valley. Before the region fell into Taliban hands, this is where Pakistan's bourgeois used to spend their holidays. The unbroken stream of displaced persons fleeing the area in the opposite direction is enough to show us the way toward Chakdara and Mohammed's parents.
The other way.
We are approaching our destination when we realize we are being followed. To set things straight, we decide to stop and face our pursuer.
It's a bit dangerous.
Wow.
I tell you one thing clear.
Go through another way, Malakand.
Malakand is
Not
safe
this
for
way, it's
you.
not
I
safer
saw you can come. You can take a U-turn from the Malakand. I saw your car. At that time, I was in a fuel pump. No government.
The man's name is Ishaq. He says he's just a concerned citizen who wanted to warn us of the dangers awaiting foreigners around here.
We are right now here with this star. This is Army Fort. This is Malakand Pass. And this is this bypass road, okay, which is from where you can take a shortcut, okay, and this road can link a Thana here, Thana. And then it goes to Chakdara.
Ishaq offers to drive us to Chakdara. In his view, we are the ideal targets for the Taliban.
You are two women, one is foreigner, another one is belong to Pakistan. And you have a driver who is also speaking Urdu language. So they may be a doubt of something else, that maybe they think that they are from the intelligence or something else. That's why I tell you that please don't go there, and maybe it's not safe for you.
We head with Ishaq up the closed road to Chakdara. In normal times, this route would be very busy.
Because this road links to Bajawar Agency, Momand Agency, and the lower Deed, also the Swat. But due to this war, nobody can use this road.
Are you coming from SWAT?
Yes, but we've got no time to spare. It's an emergency.
He was in emergency. They won't rush to reach.
On the phone, Muhammad's parents are growing anxious. We are their only hope of getting out of the combat zone. But Ishaq is not optimistic.
We don't know where he lives in Chakdara. Chakdara is a big place.
We keep on, hopeless though it might be. Chakdara and Muhammad's parents lie just 20 kilometers beyond this checkpoint. But just as we're about to cross it,
No, you may not go that way. The road is blocked. You have to go back where you came from. Right, get out of the car.
the policemen take us to one side. They don't realize we're filming. This man in plain clothes asks the questions.
Listen, you can't go any further, okay? Our job is to make sure nothing happens to you. You can't see them, but there are Taliban everywhere. They're mixed in with the passers-by. Even we can't tell them apart. We don't want any nonsense to happen to you. You have to leave right now.
We will not make it to Mohammed's parents. All we can do is go back to the camp and tell him the bad news.
I'm not surprised. I know other people who have tried and failed. You can't go there either way. If you don't get kidnapped by the Taliban, the Pakistani army will arrest you. I spoke to my parents on the phone. They said they're going to try and find some kind of vehicle to get down here.
Mohammed is one of 3 million Pakistani refugees forced from their homes by this war. Though he still doesn't know when or if he'll see his parents again, he feels certain of one thing: his future is not in Pakistan. Like almost everyone here, Mohammed hopes to be granted refugee status and move to Europe with his daughter.
OK, well, that's it then for this edition of Caring. You can watch that episode again, as well as previous editions of Caring on our website, france24.com. Until the next time, goodbye for now.